No, Eddie, you didn't say anything about it?
I thought there was extermination today, so, I've been trying to call you.
There's nothing I could do. We referred you to Adult Protective Services. They cleared you.
When did they clear me? I haven't talked to them.
All I know about them, here, I'll show you the paper. They determined that you're doing unmet essential needs. I understand that an APS referral for them to actually get involved is very hard burden. So you'd have to be pretty, you'd have to be unable to walk or something like that. It's pretty hard. But we did refer. It got you a lot of extra time. Got you 2 extra months.
Obviously, I don't want to be evicted today.
Okay. Well, there's nothing I can do to stop that.
What can stop it?
I can't stop it. I can't, Ellen.
I mean, what you could do to try to resolve it is you can always go back to court and try to get a plan where you pay what you owe.
No, we had that, though. That's the problem. That's why,
right. Well, you always have the right to go back to court anyway.
Yeah.
You always have that right.
Right.
But as of this moment, there's not much I can do. I mean, it's a court order. There's nothing I can do to stop
But
it.
why do you tell me I can go back to court if I'm
all
living on 92nd Street?
What I mean is that you can go back to court to try to get back into the apartment if you agree. Usually the judge it's up to a judge, but usually you'll have to pay what you owe, and they'll let you back in. But again, I can't say that for sure. I can just tell you it's an option. As of right now, though, I have to have you get dressed. I have to have you go. We're not removing anything right now, all right? All we're doing is locking the door, and the stuff stays in here. And then you can make arrangements to either, like they said, pick it up or at the other, try to get back in.
Eddie, if I call somebody and get the money, can we stop this?
I can't stop it right now. It's done.
Even with the money?
Not right now, no.
The other option is we lock the door, right? You can try to come up with the money and speak to them and see if they'll accept it. And then they let you back in on their own accord.
I had to call them.
Right, he has to talk to the management company about something. But as of right now, they're not going to stop me from doing this right now. Because it's gone this far.
All right, how much?
And again, like I said, all we're doing is locking the door. We're not removing anything.
What's the amount of money?
It's a lot of money. I call up. I find out. It's over $8,000, $10,000.
When those idiot cleaner guys came, they threw away all my paperwork.
Yeah, I don't know how much it is. It's a lot. It's a few months.
You don't want to. No.
Yeah. I'll call up in a few minutes.
I know it's September and October rent. I know that.
No, it's a lot.
It's September and October rent. And some kind of back rent.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, you've got the paperwork. You can tell me.
Well, I don't know up to date. I have as of like August.
There was no
payments made after. September and October rent.
Right. So you owed according to the judge's decision back in August like $3,200 or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now you're saying September and October. They're going to want.
Well, that's it. Isn't that included in that?
No, because this was back in August.
All right. So that's 26.
So when all is said and done, you're looking at around $9,000 to $10,000.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at I'm looking at
plus
5,800.
Plus legal fees.
I don't have to. One thing I know is I don't have to pay legal fees.
Well, that you have to get it. You have to. That's why might have to deal with it in court, because they're gonna. What they ask you for is might be an amount that you say no, I don't have to pay all that. Then you have to get a judge to take it up. And you will have to be responsible definitely for the back rent. As far as the other fees that get added on, that's up to a judge. I don't know.
I never thought a marshal would come if I didn't have a piece of paper that said marshal was going to come.
Well, the only thing is, since you were served originally back in June, right? That was back in June. You went back to court in June again, and then it was adjourned until August, which is what I have here. The next service is only done by mail. That's the way it's done. And at that point, all that's sent is proof of mailing to this address. That's
not that I received it, that it was mailed.
All that matters is that it was mailed at that point. That's what happens when you go to court, or when it gets postponed like that, because we can't send somebody out here every time. So,
well, I know that it's more advantageous for me to get evicted, but it's also advantageous for you to get the amount of money that I.
It's a lot of things. I have to talk to a lawyer. There is legal fees, marshal fees, and storage fees that's probably going to come.
And again, if you want to dispute those, that's when you go back to court.
Yeah.
But if they say to you, look, this is how much you have to pay in order to get back in this apartment, right? That's what we calculate as what's due, right? then that's what you have to pay in order to get back it through them. If you decide, no, I don't want to pay all that, well, then you have to go to court and take it up with a judge as to what you actually have to pay to get back in, what he determines you have to pay. And he might say the same thing.
I'll give you numbers right now.
I can't go out on the street. I'm 70 years old.
You know, I understand that, but there's nothing I can do. You know, there's nothing I can do to stop this. Because there was, you know, if you were 70 years old, I came here, I didn't know that, but I did know it. We referred it to the only agency that can handle such a thing, Adult Protective Services. Once they clear it, I have no say at all.
And they cleared it without knowing me.
I don't know. That I can't attest to their examinations. All I can attest to is what they tell me.
Well, I'm not dressed. You got to come back.
I can give you it is a quick process. I'll give you time to get dressed. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but then we have to go. Because we have to change the locks. We are going to be changing the locks while you do that.
This just can't happen.
After he puts the paper, I'll give you time to get medicine, everything like that. You know. But
if you have medication, I'll give you time to take it. I'll do what I can to accommodate you, but I have to go through with the eviction. There's nothing I can do. I mean, the only thing, if you refuse to leave, you got to call the cops. It's not going to go anywhere, and they're going to tell you the same thing I'm telling you.
But you said about, why did you pretend and come up here and say you're going to get a plumber?
I've been calling you for 3-4 days. I wanted to see if you were home.
Oh, so